Well, it looks like I got a late start again. Dad's already feeding the cattle. Quickly, I want to explain what we're going to be doing today, and I think it's really interesting. It's probably something many of you haven't seen or didn't even know was a thing. We're going to be taking our mister. We bought this at auction about 2 months ago, I think, and we're going to be going to a few pastures, like 4 or 5 pastures, and then a couple feedlots. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to put a compound in here that when we spray our cattle, it's going to kill the flies. That's going to help protect their eyes because those flies aren't going to be bringing in that pink eye, and it's just going to help them live a little more comfortably. Right away, I can see that a couple questions are going to arise. Number one, well, if it kills flies, isn't it bad for your cattle? And the compound we're using today, it's not just something some farmer found and he said, yeah, this works. It's been studied. The EPA has obviously checked it out and made sure that it's all right. And we're going to be using it the way it's labeled. It's a very safe compound, and it's just going to make the cattle's lives so much easier. The next question that a lot of people are going to ask, well, in addition to flies, aren't you going to be killing some other off-target animals? Not animals. It doesn't kill animals, but insects and flies of the sort. Where we're going to be spraying this is basically directly on the cattle. We're not going to be doing like acres and acres. We're just going to be killing the flies that are right on the cattle. Plus, I mean, the biggest insect people are going to be wondering is probably bees. Well, a lot of different groups are worried about the bees, and that's definitely something to be worried about. We're not going to be spraying anywhere near bees, anywhere near hives, and not even like flowers. We're going to be, like I said, spraying right on the animals. In addition to that, I'm going to be bringing out mineral and Dakota Gold pellets because, well, sometimes when we get that thing revved up, we've used one before, when you get it revved up, the cattle get a little skittish because it's loud. You guys have seen how calm our cattle have been and how well they've reacted to the Dakota Gold pellets. And so I'm going to sprinkle those out, get the cattle in a group, and then we'll be able to miss the cattle really easily. If you watched last video, you saw that we darted a couple steers in this pen because their eyes were getting bad. They had pink eye, and that was because of flies. They land on the eye, next to the eye. Ellie's like hawking up a fur ball or something. You good? All right. And then they, you know, when they're biting and sucking, they can get that disease into the eye. And so we're gonna be spraying the feedlots and hopefully just make the lives of our cattle a lot better today. So sorry about all them words, but I felt like it had to be said. All right, so Dad and I started getting this ready yesterday, and we are having a few issues. There were some leaks, and also it looked like this thing had never been washed out. Like I said, we bought it at auction, and right now it's dang near full, and I have it set to drain tank. And so you can see this hose right there is dripping really slowly, and that's supposed to be just, jeez, Ellie. Well, maybe if you didn't eat grass. There was a bunch of sediment and just some fluffy, I don't know how to explain it, but there was some stuff in there that it was plugging everything up. We had to clean out all the filters in here and also the filter on this side right here. Plus it was leaking around there. So what I'm gonna have to do is, there's a hose clamp down in there. I'm gonna have to take that off, get this to drain really well, because we need to clean it out because there's a bunch of jazz in there. Oh man, come on now. I also forgot our pile of corn is almost gone, so we're gonna have to load up some corn out of the grain bin and dump some more in the pit so we can keep feeding. Uh-oh. I'm gonna need diff lock. It looks like I got stuck in Lake Sunny. There we go. We're way off, guys.
Havens and Mitchell, not Riverside Road. Remember to shop early to social.
It's too early in the morning to be sweating. Well, all that, and it's still half full. That's gonna take a while. Well, it's 7 p.m. now, we're here. I'm just kidding, it's like 10:30 a.m. It's just going slow. I wonder if I should just bite the bullet and unscrew that kind of fitting there, or whatever it's called. It'd probably take like 20 minutes then. But yeah, you can see over there, it's chunky stuff. And it's gonna plug up our filters. So while we're letting that drain, we came over here to the South Farm, back to that fence we were working on in the last video a little bit. And we just got 3 wires to string up. And we thought the wires from the old fence were pretty decent, so we're gonna reuse them. And they're all tangled up together down in the grass. And so we're just gonna pull that up. Dad's gonna staple them up just lightly so we can stretch through them. And yeah, it's gonna be
so
fun.
When we talk about stapling lightly, it'll be just on the wood post, and I'll just barely put the staple in so the wire can stretch through it and still give.
And it'll keep that wire off the other 2 laying in there, and they won't tangle up again.
We don't normally do it this way. As a matter of fact, I don't think we've ever done it this way. That's a situation where we have the 3 old wires laying here where the old fence was, so we're gonna try this.
Alright, it's all stretched up. I know that's not too exciting footage. Sorry, it's just what we're doing. We're gonna staple all these up. We're gonna count down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last one 5 further down. And that should be adequate at holding the critters in, huh? It's warmish out there.
You know what it is?
Not the heat?
It's the humidity.
Yeah, I'd say so. Are we running out of gas?
Yes.
I mean, we still got 2 bars.
Yeah, but it's
To the floor.
yeah. Apparently, it don't care if we got 2 bars or not.
I guess not.
Should we see how far we can get?
Yeah. Ma, we need help. So yeah, it wasn't running good. I take the air filter off. That dumps out. Holy cow. That might be the issue. Like, a whole gallon of dust fell out.
That happened that quick.
Yeah, so it turns out the seat belt somehow came undone. And it doesn't let you go faster than like 10 miles an hour.
And then it cuts out.
Yeah, it acted like it was kind of governing out or something. I don't know.
It wouldn't have been so bad if it stayed at 10, but it surges.
Anyway, we're going back up to 42. We just got done eating lunch. Before it was ready, I finished up cleaning out that water tank. Doesn't really matter. I had to take apart a few things to get all that crud out of there. But it's ready to go. We're going to start filling that. And I'm going to load up the side-by-side with a bunch of Dakota Gold Pro pellets. And then we'll head out to these pastures and we'll kill some flies. I stuck the hose in the top and I could hear it running out the bottom, and I started thinking I broke something, but it's still on drain. It was on drain earlier, but it was all plugged up. Oh, thank goodness. We're just gonna make sure there's nothing plugged because, well, we just wanna, if it is plugged, we wanna be able to work on it before we put the compound in there. Seems to work goodly.
Yeah, all 4 nozzles were. So basically you got a squirrel cage fan in there, and it's got these 4 nozzles throwing the mist out, and then the fan is blowing it out on the cattle.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we're sitting about that 60 gallon maybe. I want to mention quick before we start is the compound we're using, it attacks the nervous system. It binds to a specific spot that these types of insects have, and we don't have the same proteins as the flies, us cattle, and not us cattle, but us people and the cattle. So what we're doing, it affects specifically the nervous system of these flying insects, and our cattle and us, we're both gonna be just fine if we get it on us. First stop is the pasture right at home. Looks like they're gonna be right close to the gate, and they're all flinging their tails and flinging their heads trying to get the flies off them. We're gonna take care of that for them right here. Here they come. Hello, miss. Get out of my bucket. Oh man, we've done it before without the Dakota Gold, and the cattle just run. You know, it's kind of freaky getting something shot at you, but they're just standing there eating. Well, I can see the flies. They're moving a little weird. Have you ever sprayed flies with, you know, in your house? They kind of start doing this, going upside down, flapping around. Yeah, I think we got a good kill on those. On to the next one. That alfalfa is already flowering, so we're gonna be cutting. Jeff cut some yesterday. They put a little rain in the forecast, so hopefully that goes back out of there, or it just warms up when we can get this stuff cut, raked and baled real quick. But we're gonna be haying a lot in the next 2 weeks. There you go, buddy. Excuse me. There's all these flies, especially on her. And when I rolled up, they were all bunched together. They kind of fight flies together. They're a herd animal. And so they get together, they flap each other with their tails, and that's just what they're doing. Cornered down there for a bit, and so I'm guessing he'll hit them one more time here, make sure we got rid of those flies, and we'll be on to the next one. Yeah. That's about the best grouping that we've had all day. Oh yeah. That's some good stuff right there. All right. So that's the pastures. Now we just got the feedlots left at home. The thing that sucks is I planned on bringing mineral out to these pastures so I wouldn't have to do it later. But I completely forgot. I was gonna kill 2 flies with 1 mister, but I forgot. Haha. I'm the king of puns. Dang squirrels. Hey, squirrel. Quit eating my kern. We got that taken care of. Pretty happy about it. Jeff's cutting some alfalfa and some grass, maybe even. And he's cutting over there too with his rig. So we're gonna go check that out and get some drone video. Well, that's gonna be about it today. Thanks for watching. Hope it wasn't too boring. We got something done that we've been wanting to do for a good week. We've noticed the fly pressure was getting kind of bad, and now it's done. And we're cutting hay. We'll be haying here. So hopefully you enjoyed this video somewhat. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
You think it was a bad day to be a fly?
I think it was a pretty bad day to be a fly.
Yeah. You never know when you wake up if it's going to be a good day or bad day.